Stop. It's December 1989. You're 32. You're a draftsman. Your wife is a nurse. 2 years ago, you bought a 3-bedroom terrace in Newtown for $185,000. You borrowed $148,000 of it. Your repayments were stretchy but workable at 13%, $1,670 a month. This morning, the bank told you the rate is now 17.5. Your repayment just jumped to $2,190 a month. Combined, you and your wife take home $3,400 a month after tax. That means 2/3 of every dollar you bring home now goes to the bank. Before food, before petrol, before the kids. The maths doesn't work. Nobody on your street is talking about it yet. 6 months from now, half of them will be. And it's happening again. That cliff was real. It was specific. And the mechanism that delivered it has not changed. Most Australian mortgages don't stay at one rate forever. They reset. Fixed periods end. Variable rates move with the cash rate. And when they do, repayments reprice to whatever the market is at that moment. For 3 years, that meant cheap money. Loans written at 1.85 to 2.5%. Manageable repayments. Now, the music has stopped. The RBA cash rate sits at 4.1% today. The Reserve Bank's May 2026 Statement on Monetary Policy projects the path peaks at 4.85% before the end of this cycle. Average variable mortgage rates are now tracking above 7%. Pre-reset, around 2%. Post-reset, roughly 6.3 to 7.1. Same property, same loan balance. Completely different repayment. Now, pause there, because this is not a story about new buyers. It is about existing borrowers, people who structured their household budget around one number and are now facing another. According to APRA's March 2026 housing exposures data, around 1 in 3 Australian mortgages were written or refinanced during the ultra-low rate window of 2021 to 2023. Most of those borrowers have already rolled or are rolling now. Once repayments rise faster than income, something has to adjust. Not eventually, mathematically. Sound familiar? By December 1989, the cash rate had reached 17.5%. Mortgage rates crossed 17. The recession was already starting. Housing didn't crash overnight. It compressed. For 3 years, Sydney prices fell around 8 to 10% in nominal terms. Inflation did the rest. In real terms, the loss was closer to 25%. Households absorbed it, quietly, until they couldn't. By 1991, unemployment hit 10.9%. That was the moment the pattern stopped being abstract. Different country. Same mechanism. In the United States, adjustable rate mortgages began resetting in 2006. Same property. Same balance. Higher repayment. Households absorbed it for about 9 months. Then the credit data turned. Then the saving rate fell. Then the headlines caught up. By the time the recession was officially called in December 2008, the pattern had already been running for over a year. 90-day mortgage delinquency moved from around 2% in 2007 to over 11% by 2010. The lag is not a feature. It is the warning. Now look at Australia today. Mortgage stress has risen for 6 consecutive quarters. The household saving ratio sits at 0.6%, the lowest since the global financial crisis. Household debt stands at 211% of disposable income, higher than the United States, higher than the United Kingdom, higher than Canada. This is the same mechanism running again. It's 2026. You're 32. You bought a 2-bedroom unit in Merrickville for $1,050,000. You borrowed $840,000. Your fixed rate was 2.19%. Your repayment was $3,640. Last week, it rolled. The new rate is 6.84. Your repayment is $5,850. Combined, you and your partner take home $11,800 a month. That means just under half goes to the bank. Before food, before petrol, before childcare. The maths doesn't work. Nobody at your barbecue is talking about it yet. 6 months from now, half of them will be. Same script, different decade. That's the pattern. If you want a preview of where this goes next, look at the United Kingdom. Around 1.8 million fixed-rate mortgages reset through 2026. The average increase is about £240 per month. That is not a market shock. It is a household compression event. The data is already showing lower spending, higher credit reliance, and falling savings. Then delinquency. In that order. Australia is 6 to 12 months behind that curve. Not theoretically, mechanically. 3 signals worth tracking. First, the APRA past due rate. When it crosses 1.5%, the housing cycle has already turned. It is currently around 1.1 and rising. Second, the household saving ratio. When it falls below 0, households are drawing down buffers to survive. We are at 0.6 and falling. Third, real earnings. When they remain negative for more than 2 years, delinquency follows within 12 months. We are entering year 3. These are not predictions. They are signals. If you fixed your mortgage between 2021 and 2023, type CLIFF in the comments. Most people will not understand this until it becomes obvious. That is the wrong time. Subscribe if you want to see the pattern before the headlines. The pattern is running. You are watching it in real time. I'll see you in the next one.